Hello and welcome back to UC Sports. This is Justin Ayer alongside Brandon Martinez. And Brandon, I think it is safe to say that UConn sports is in full throttle here at our stores. What do you think?
Oh, it definitely is. We had some teams who had some dynamic wins this weekend. And speaking of which, basketball season is in full swing here at UConn.
It absolutely is. And for the story we all want to hear, the UConn men's basketball team had their home opener this past Friday with a staggering 100-56 victory over the University of Maine. It is no joke that UConn's graduate students, Sterling Gibbs and Sean Miller, were the key contributors in this game, scoring a combined 37 points on the court. The Huskies fans were ecstatic on Friday night, and head coach Kevin Ollie even tweeted the next morning that at one point Gamble was shaking with so much energy. Our very own Will Richardson was at the game on Friday. Let's go see what he has to say.
I'm Richardson reporting from inside Gamble Pavilion, where the UConn men's basketball team opened their 2015-2016 campaign with an impressive 100-56 win over the University of Maine. This game was a blowout from start to finish. UConn at one point had a 51-point lead going into the second half, and it was basically just UConn's game all the way through. We had a very great game by UConn's two transfer students, Sean Miller and Sterling Gibbs. Sterling finished the game with 20 points, 4 assists. Sean Miller, he was basically everywhere tonight. He had a double-double, 17 points, 10 rebounds, and basically everybody played very well from the get-go. Amita Brahma had 9 blocks in this game, and you talking about a lot of contributors for UConn. They had basically 11 different players on the score sheet score for the Huskies, which is very impressive. Post-game, we were able to talk to Coach Kevin Ollie along with Sterling Gibbs, Amita Brahma, and Sean Miller, so let's go ahead and check that out.
4 starters in double figures, and like you said, Daniel was doing everything else for you guys. Do you feel like there's more balance top to bottom in your lineup this year as compared to last year?
Yeah, I think it's more balanced. I think it's evident in, our exhibition games. You can't really just key on one player. I mean, any of those guys can get 20 points. I got 5 or 6 guys. Jalen's going to have some games where he didn't play particularly well this game, but he's going to have some games where he just go off too, because he's exceptional scorer too. So, Omar, Sam, I just thought our bench came in and we didn't lose any rhythm, and just thought we really shared the basketball, and then everybody can score. I think Sterling led us in scoring, but Sean was right there, Mita was right there, and, that's what makes a great team, when you can't just focus in on one guy. You got to focus in on the team.
We knew we could play better than we were playing. It was just a matter of doing it, playing selfless basketball, sharing, and then just getting out and running and pushing the tempo.
How good was it to have a game that you guys basically dominated from start to end?
I mean, definitely it was great, and we just know how good we could be potentially. We're not our very best right now. We just got to make sure we keep getting better each and every day.
We just wanted to come in and be the best versions of us as possible, and kind of just fit in where we could. Coach didn't really ask us to do anything different than we had done at our old school, so it wasn't really a hard transition playing at a different school, but it's just a matter of getting the plays down, knowing when to attack, and reading the defense, and also getting to play with everyone else.
So you heard what the players and the coach had to say. Back to some stats for the game. UConn finished the game shooting 71% from the free throw line and 54% from the field, which would be really good considering the fact that they only shot 22% from the three-point line. But that wraps it up for us here. The UConn Huskies will face the University of New Hampshire on Tuesday. I'm William Richardson, and this is UC Sports.
The top-ranked UConn's women's basketball team opened up the season with a huge win over 7th-ranked Ohio State on Tuesday, November 16th. The team won with a score of 100-56, the same score that the men's team had in their season opener last Friday. The Huskies continue their quest for a 4th straight ring in their home opener against Kansas State next Monday, November 23rd.
Being eager is not the word to describe the UConn football team as they come off their bye week last week, looking for a win against the undefeated Houston Cougars this Saturday at Pratt & Whitney Stadium at Rentschler Field. But this wouldn't be just any win for the Huskies. This win could set the tone as to whether or not the Huskies can make a bowl appearance this season. You heard that right. The Huskies, who are 5-5 in the regular season and 3-3 in their AAC conference, only need one more win in the regular season to be bowl eligible. A win on Saturday, which happens to be senior night for the Huskies, is contingent upon UConn containing Houston's running quarterback, Greg Ward Jr., who has scored a total of 29 touchdowns both in passing and rushing this season. along with running back Kenneth Farrell. The Huskies defense, including Jamar Summers, who just recently won the American Defensive Player of the Week against Tulane, will have to really step up their game, along with the strong offensive contributions from UConn running back Arkeel Newsome and quarterback Brian Sheriffs to get the win. Now, Brandon, you really have to give head coach Bob Diaco some credit. I mean, last year the Huskies' final record was 2-10, and now here we are, a game away from being bowl eligible. I mean, it really just shows if you put the hard work in and recruit the right guys, anything is possible.
I'm impressed with the Huskies. I'm just happy that we're finally at a 500 record. I'm impressed with the Huskies. I'm glad we have Bob Diaco in our corner right now.
Absolutely. With that said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You look bored. You look like you need a homework break. Do you know what's going on at UConn? Do you want to be entertained? Then go to the UCTV channel 14 at youtube.com. youtube.com/the UCTV channel 14. You're welcome.
Welcome back to UC Sports, everybody. Now on to men's soccer. The UConn's men's soccer team will need all the help they can get from the Goal Patrol, as they will be hosting the first round of the NCAA tournament. Their hopes of making the tournament took a slight hit when the Huskies lost in a shootout against Tulsa in the AAC Conference Tournament. The Huskies played a tight game throughout, holding the score 1-1 until the 110th minute, with senior Tyler Lehman scoring the lone goal in the 3rd minute. The team would lose the game on penalty kicks, but still were able to get a bid into the tournament. The game will be this Thursday at 12:30 at Maroney Stadium against Boston University.
The women's soccer team, another UConn powerhouse, just made its 30th NCAA tournament appearance this Sunday versus Siena College. The Huskies shut out Siena with a huge 5-0 win right here at home at Joseph J. Maroney Stadium. The Huskies scored 3 goals in just 12 minutes to lead 3-0 in the half, with goals scored by junior Stephanie Ribeiro, Rachel Hill, and freshman Kim Urbanek. But it was star defender Annie Wickett who scored her first career goal 10 minutes into the second half off a rebound from a blocked shot by Toriana Patterson. And then, if 4 points weren't enough, Ribeiro came back in the 70th minute, launching a bullet shot to bring the score to 5-0, creating a season high of goals scored in a single game this season. Our own Anthony DiBernardo was at the game. Let's go check it out.
They're good players, so it's very tough. The goals are very tough to come by, and it's just not for us, but across the country. It's very few games that are like this. So I'm happy that we were able to get the goals today, because the games that we won, most of the games that we won this season, it was by 1 goal.
Chemistry was great. We moved the ball around really well today. We used each other. We used almost the whole bench, I think the whole bench. So it was a great team win.
I mean, we worked as a group. We did everything we could to make sure they didn't get shots. They didn't get any good chances on frame. We just work for each other. We cover each other. If we make a mistake, we make up for the other person. We just hold strong.
With the win today here at Maroney Stadium, the Huskies move on to round 2 of the NCAA tournament. They'll travel to New Jersey. Rutgers University will be the hosting site for their second round matchup against Notre Dame. For UC Sports, I'm Anthony DiBernardo.
The UConn field hockey team will advance to the semifinals of the national tournament for the 4th time in the last 5 seasons with the win over Boston College. For more details on the game and a full recap, here's Will Richardson with more.
I'm William Richardson, reporting from the Sherman Family Complex, where the UConn field hockey team just faced off against the Boston College Eagles. UConn came out on top by a final score of 1-0, but this game was pretty close all the way through. The only thing that put UConn over the edge was Sophie Bowden's goal off of a penalty corner. She was assisted by Rasheen Upton. Post-game, we were able to talk to Coach Nancy Stevens, along with defender Anna Middendorf and Bowden. So let's go and check that out.
So I saw the team that I know that all over the pitch, whether it's in the press or in the midfield or in the back, loves to play defense. And last weekend in Virginia, we let in a few goals. And during this week of practice, we said, let's go back to UConn field hockey. Let's go back to an amazing defensive performance that we pride ourselves on. And everyone worked so hard today, both offensively and defensively, and that's what I saw.
Defensive performance started on yesterday, in that we really played great defense, and to get 2 shutouts on the weekend is terrific in postseason. I mean, that's when you really, I mean, last year we won the national championship, we won 1-0, 1-0, and you have to have those zeros at the other side of it. So right now we're playing tournament field hockey, and it's really because every player on the team is committed to helping on the defensive end, and then everyone is committed to playing well on the offensive end as well. But you know what? The defensive work really most often goes unrecognized. It's everyone wants to attack. Like, that's the fun part of the game. But we have a group of people that also love to defend, and that's probably why we've won national championships.
I mean, of course, it's, like you said, it was the one that was needed, and like, I'm so happy I could do that, not just for myself, but for my team. But at the same time, like we've been saying, it starts at the back, how we brought the ball forward, the person that gets the corner. It doesn't just go down on the person that puts it in the back of the net. It's a team performance, and I mean, yeah, as a senior going forward, of course, I'm ecstatic about it. It's unreal. It's something that I can say that, you know, I achieved for my team, that I helped, you know, but it's not just individual, it's all over the park. We did amazing.
So you heard what the players and Coach Stevens had to say. Some stats on the game. UConn had 22 shots in the game. Boston College didn't even register a single one. And the penalty corners were the ultimate difference for UConn. They had 12 compared to Boston College's 1. And that wraps it up for us here. The UConn Huskies field hockey team will travel on the road to face off against Syracuse in Ann Arbor in the semifinal round of the NCAA tournament. I'm William Richardson, and this is UC Sports.
Welcome back to UC Sports, now with a quick update on UConn women's hockey.
But first, we're going to go to the men's hockey team. The men's hockey team dropped their 6th straight game last Friday against Vermont, 2-1. Junior goaltender Rob Nichols recorded 34 saves in the game, and freshman Joseph Masanias scored the lone goal for the Huskies. The loss drops the team to 3-8 in the season and 1-6 in conference play. Their next game is tonight against Quinnipiac at the XL Center.
And last but certainly not least, the UConn women's hockey team fell to the Clarkson Golden Knights away on Sunday with the final score of 3-2. The game was abnormally quiet in the first quarter, but got a little bit louder when Clarkson's leading scorer, Kaylee Mercer, snuck a goal in with 2 minutes on the clock. But the Huskies fight back with the tying goal early in the third quarter by senior Margaret Zimmer off a power play. But it was freshman Zodi Zacharias that scored off another Golden Knights power play, followed by another Clarkson goal with 2 minutes left on the clock to tie the score at 2-2. The final minute was the killer one, though, as Clarkson scores again and secures a 3-2 win. But, giving UConn some credit, they were outshot 46-19 by Clarkson, but still managed to keep themselves in the game, which, let's be honest, could have gotten a little out of hand. The Huskies' next game will be November 20th against Vermont at home at the Fridas Ice Forum. Now for a quick program update, there will be no Stores Nation tonight.
But when we come back from the Thanksgiving break, we'll have a brand new episode of Stores Nation and UC Sports to wrap up the semester.
And for all your UConn sports needs, follow us on Twitter at UCTV Sports for live game updates, or you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at the UCTV Channel 14.
So for Justin Ayer, this is Brandon Martinez telling all you to have a happy and healthy Thanksgiving break, and we'll see you next time on UC Sports. Good night, everyone.